What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Sports TV, and I am back with another video. Errol Spence says there will be no need to talk of a 50-50 split after he beats Sean Porter in the winner of the likely fight between Manny Pacquiao and WBA Super Champion Keith Thurman. And we know that this fight between him and Crawford is being hyped. It's highly anticipated. I mean, we want this fight bad. You know, everybody that loves boxing wants this fight bad because we look at these guys as the two premier fighters in the welterweight division, while not dismissing the likes of a Sean Porter and a Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. But let's be real. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. are the top two guys in the division as it stands now. But let's talk about, does Errol Spence have a point at what he's saying? You got to take a lot of things in consideration. A lot of things. Terrence Crawford is a three-division world champion, winning titles at 135, 140, and 147. Not only did he win titles at 140, he won every single one, meaning he was the undisputed junior welterweight champion. And that is a significant feat that he accomplished a couple years ago. You know, most people consider him as the top pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. That is no secret. You know, you got a few people that says, you know, not a few, but a lot of people say Lomachenko. Some say, you know, Alexander Usyk. But for majority, it's Terrence Crawford. And Errol Spence, by winning the WBC and WBA welterweight titles, will be a three-belt holder at the weight to Terrence Crawford's one title, which is the WBO welterweight title he won over Jeff Horn back in July, I believe it was, when they fought, or April, one of them. But will Spence being a unified welterweight champion trump Crawford being a three-division world champion when it comes to negotiations? That is what we're going to have to figure out. Because if you're going off that, then yeah, it'll be a 60-40 split, maybe 70-30, if that's what, you know, Spence is going to be pushing for. You know, because at that point, Spence would have Lamont Peterson, Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, or Manny Pacquiao all on his resume. You know, if you want to throw in Chris Algieri as a former champion, you can do that as well, you know? So that would be 6 former champions that he has on his resume. And Thurman, Garcia, Porter, Brook are significant names. Now, look at the resume of the champions that Crawford has beaten. You got Jeff Horn. You got Ricky Burns. You got Julius Ndongo. You got Vitor Postal. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting somebody else. You know, Amir Khan. Excuse me. Yeah, he just got that over Amir Khan. And I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting somebody else. But look, those names right there, you'll have to look and stack them up. I mean, the sexy names are on Spence's resume, potentially, if this happens how a lot of people, you know, expect it to happen. That means Spence will have the more sexy or attractive resume. But Crawford's resume, if we just breaking down champions, would still be respectable. Because Ricky Burns was a formidable champion at 135, and he went over there to Scotland, I believe, and dominated him and won that title. We all know that Amir Khan is a respectable champion. 2-division world champion, has been in the ring with everybody, it seems like. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. Even though it wasn't a prime vintage Manny Pacquiao, it's still Manny Pacquiao, who, honestly, if he would have did some things different in that fight, would have defeated him. You know, so you got to consider that. And Julius Ndongo, he went and he sparked Ricky Burns, matter of fact, when they was unifying. You know, he sparked Ricky Burns and, you know, took that title off of him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, You got to look at a totality of everything these guys have done so far in their career. I think it should be a 50-50 split. That's me, but I'm not a fighter. I'm not the fighters that's in this negotiation or will be in this negotiation. But it should be 50-50. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I think that if these guys both want to fight, they both know their worth, then it's going to be 50-50, man. It's going to be 50-50. It has to, you know. While Errol Spence may have accomplished more or may end up accomplishing more at 147 when these two guys meet up than Crawford, Crawford overall as a fighter in his career has accomplished significantly more. Being an undisputed champion over 3 divisions, considered by most the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the sport. You have to take that into serious consideration and, you know, lock yourselves in a room and hamper that down. But if you got Errol Spence already trying to say, well, when I win the WBA, WBA and WBC welterweight title, there won't be no talk of a 50-50 split. It's kind of like, nah, it's not as cut and dry as you seem, as he's making it seem. Not saying that he shouldn't get more if y'all want to make it that way, 55-45. Okay, I can deal with that, you know. But what if Terrence Crawford get Danny Garcia on the resume? You know, would that be able to shift some percentages back to him? You know, if he get Kell Brook, yeah, he damaged goods. He's still a former champion. He's still a recognizable name in the sport and in the welterweight division. Would that tip some more percentages to Crawford? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going to be at odds with this. A lot of Spence fanboys are going to be like, hell no. If he's the WBA, WBC, and IBF welterweight champion, shit, 60-40. Hell, 70-30. And then you got Crawford fanboys. Hell no. Even though he's a unified champion at 147, Crawford has done it at 135, 140, and 147. You know what I'm saying? And he's the top pound-for-pound fighter. So this argument is going to be, you know, made and debated up until the moment that these two guys fight. And hopefully this is not a drawn-out process to the point where we have to wait 2 or 3 years down the line instead of getting it next year. But I think word is that, you know, Errol Spence said 2021 at the earliest. So we'll see, man. We shall see. I don't even know if he'll be able to make 147 at that point. You know, he's 28 years old. And, you know, eventually his body's going to grow out of the 147-pound division, and he's going to have to go up to 154. So we shall see how everything play out, man. But it's definitely not as clear as cut as he's making it out to be and as his fans are going to make it out to be. If you ask me, I think 50-50 is what it should be, unless these guys take some losses, and then we'll have to wait and see and cross that bridge when it get here. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop your comments in the comment section down below, giving me your thoughts on this topic. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, man, to get notified every time I upload content. Shout out to the movement and everybody that is moving with us. Be sure to check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news and information reported the way it should be. Until next time, I am out. Peace.